Welcome back, everybody. Guess what I'm doing today? If you're new here, I usually do this in late summer, fall. So I thought I'd try it early this year and do a few more flowers. Now, they have to be certain types of flowers because it'll just turn into mush. But I'm going to try some other things besides squishing them. And we'll probably get out the inks too. So I call this faux eco printing, and these are from my garden, and I have quite a few different plants. I'm a gardener, and I've used some of these types of flowers before, so we're going to be using, it's called butcher paper. And one side's a little rougher than the other side. And we could probably bring out some tissue paper or I think I have some rice paper too that we could try. Hey, Jill, good to see you. And we're going to use my Big Kick embossing machine, and we're just going to try and see what kind of print we get with fairly new leaves and flowers, because in the fall some of them worked, some of them didn't, but I figure there might be more color in them in the spring, so we'll try it and see what we get. Now, I've done this for I don't know, about 3 years now, and the first ones that I've done still have their color, so they haven't faded at all, which is good to know. And they didn't go like a murky, muddy color, that type of thing. So I thought we could play with some of these, and then also we're going to use my inks and maybe even the jelly plate and see what kind of prints we can get out of that. So I'm just going to put this to the side. And I have my machine here. I'm not much into embossing. As you can see, there's gunge in there I haven't cleaned out. I use my machine for this type of thing. So, let's see. Let's get the camera just right. I'll put it this way instead. Will that work? It's kind of hard showing this part. I might just do that on the side, maybe, because it's all about the end product and the setting it up that you want to show people. So here's my papers. I got my baby wipes. Might even use some sprays later too. So this is the smaller one. It's I believe 6 by 8. And this is 12-inch paper, so it should fit in there. And I like to, hey Melissa, good to see you. I like to, yep, that's perfect. Okay, so what I normally do is when I place it on paper, either I'm going to use this paper in a book or on my art or collage with it, whatever. Sometimes I take photocopies of it, and I'll share those photocopies with you guys. So let's try some of these. I even took some tree peony petals, see what they do. Now I know flowers. This is a Wigalia, so maybe we'll put some of this in. Take a few strands. See what it does. That'll probably, I can't remember what the name of this one is. They're very soft though. So this will be an experiment to see if there's any color that comes off. Some I know will. This is smoke bush. So these are fairly new leaves. So we'll take some of those off. See if they print a color of any sort. I'm going to get another container to put these in. Okay. And some I'll keep. I've got fern here. Some I'll keep for when we use sprays and inks, because I know they print. When you're wanting to do this, though, you have to keep in mind that you're squishing it. So a lot of times your plants are thick and juicy with water. So if it has a lot of substance, like thick, like begonias, for instance, they'll just squish into mush. So they're not a good one to use. Let's see. Actually, this is a weed. It's called Vincia. We'll do some of those later. So I have a little patch in the very back of my yard that I let the weeds grow. Here's a maple. And because I find weeds are fairly a dry plant. It's not very juicy. Okay, let's do this one first. I've got quite a few different ones here. So I'm going to put a double paper on, I think, just in case it's super juicy. And a lot of times if you're using different papers, like rice paper, it'll soak right through. But sometimes you'll get a really cool print. Let's see. So just put it right over top. I don't put any water on. And then put it on my thing. And then I just put both plates on. Like that. And then I roll it through. So you have to see, what kind of, how thick it is. It might be too thick, but now this one's going through fairly easy. Did you hear it? Squishing? I usually go through a couple times. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to add a little bit more thickness by taking some paper or foam or something like that to make it a little thicker. So see, it's gone through two layers. Does smell good though. Okay. Now this would probably go through better if it was really tight. Now what you do is you just let this dry. And it's like an eco print. Now these didn't do anything, so I know that color doesn't matter. It's not going to do much. These seem to print. And you'll find too that sometimes things will print on one side but not the other, which is interesting. So then you just let these dry, or you could spray them and see if one will bleed out more. Let's see. We'll spray this one. And then let it sit. And we'll let that see what it does. So let's try some more of these. Picked a bunch of them, so get some more paper. This time I'll just put them in here, see what they do. And I have some Erebus here. See if that does anything. It's a ground cover type plant, blooms in the spring. Ground phlox. Put a couple Erebus in here. Let's see. We'll just do the Erebus, and you can overlap too, because you get a different print when you overlap. We'll put holes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to have uneven. Let's see what it does when I do that. And add any more of those. Some more. I had more of those. Let's see. Okay, guess not. Okay, let's do this one, see what we get. And I'm going to probably put a layer of paper on top of this as well, just to really squish it down so we get a better print. So let's see, a couple pieces of scrap paper. Some cardstock here. I'll just fold this in half. So have any of you tried this? Might need to. Let's see what we get. A little too tight, so take one out. You don't want to break your machine. Okay, let's see what we get. This is fun to do. Ooh, look at the color. This one turned out cool. Look at that. That's soaked right through. See both sides. So you got 4 sides. So you can either leave that and remove it after it's dried up. Some of this, like here, it's kind of mushy. Take some of it off, but it's best to let it dry and then remove it. We'll take some of it off though. But it's very rewarding because you're working with one at a time, so you know what you're going to get and you know what to try, and you don't have to boil it for hours and dry it and then find out what you got like a day later. And then if it didn't work out with the plants you chose, then you kind of wasted a day. Okay, so there's that one. So it's cool on both sides, so we'll let that dry and see what we end up with. Okay, let's try this paper. This is cardstock. So we have some baby's breath, or not baby's breath, forget-me-not. So we could try some of that, I guess. Let's clip some of this though. We don't need all of those long. We'll see if the blue comes out. And it's funny, when I first started doing this, we were using different papers, and even the type of paper would give you a different color, which was very interesting. Let's see. I think it was perennial geranium that I was using, the blue one. And we found that the blue on cardstock was really blue, and then it on like just plain old copy paper, it was more purple. It was really interesting. And I like to put them in kind of a pattern, or like a bouquet when you're making a bouquet. I just don't lay it on the sheet any old way. I like to actually position it like it's going to be part of a page or whatever. So let's make this one into a border. Okay, these in the garbage. And what else do we got here? Oh, we have these little English daisies. These are cute. So we'll take the stem off, and I'm going to place them face down. Let's see what happens. We'll put one just like this, I guess. Put one in there. Like that. One more. I like odd numbers. And we'll put this one. Right there. Okay, so this would be pretty as a sentiment. over there. Okay, let's try this and see what we get. Close it up. Hey, Penny. And where did I put that other one? There it is. Hey, Christopher. We're squishing flowers to make prints. Yes, I have an Instagram. It's just Kathy Arbor, same as my channel. I think the Instagram is on my main page there on the header. Okay, open it up. Cool. Just take them off, or you can leave, like I said, you could leave it and dry it and then do it. Now the doesn't look like the blue came through on this. It's just, I like how the daisies came out though. That's cool. Very cool. I like this one. I could take a just be gentle with your scraping. But it's instant gratification because you don't have to wait. That's why I like doing them. The yellow came out of the center of the flowers, really cool. Well, there's a little bit of blue, not much though. A little bit of blue. Those were forget-me-nots that I did. You just let it dry and then you can finish cleaning it up. But I really like those little English daisies. They're cute. They're a rock garden plant. They're miniature, like real small. They're only like, I don't know, 4 inches from the ground, I guess. It's a messy process, but not as messy as doing the boiling. And your paper doesn't get compromised. So there's that one. We'll see how the daisies came out. They're cute. I think you guys, let's see, is that darkened? I think it needs to be a little brighter. There. Yeah, that's better. And see how they come out. So once that's dry, you can clean it up more. All right, so let's try another one. I'm going to get more of that cardstock. It's nice to use. And we'll do a couple more different types of flower here. We'll try. Now these ones here are called Ragged Robin. And hopefully they'll do something. Let's do a whole bunch. Okay, I'll arrange them the way I want. Like that, maybe. Oh, that was silly. Didn't put it inside. Okay. Fold it over. Put it on. Wonder if you soaked your flowers in the allium, if you would get more color. Maybe. I'll have to try that sometime. I have some allium upstairs. It's got some pretty color. Look at that. This is a good one because it doesn't get so mushy. Now, if you were to leave those flowers on and let them dry, they would like really let them dry. They might be able to be shellacked or put some kind of a medium on to keep them in place later. If you wanted to try that, that might work. But you'd have to make sure you're good and dry because you don't want it going moldy. Or you could just do it and then do a photocopy too. That would work. But I like that. So you just have to let her dry before you really get crazy with cleaning it. But see, I think that's kind of cool. Let's try the Wagalia, see what it does. So this is the Wagalia bush. They're in bloom right now. Now, this could get mushy, but we'll see. what we get. I'm just gonna put it down like this and just see what comes of it. Although, will it be too mushy? Maybe I'll take a few of the leaves out. I don't want. Just like that. And let's put it in the corner. See what happens. Hey, Marcy. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's try this. So this is basically experimenting, but I don't have to wait hours to find out if the plants worked. And I can't be bothered boiling stuff. I think boiling compromises, oh, I'll have to put another, compromises the paper too. When you're boiling paper, you're taking all of the starches or whatever it is they put in to keep it together. So I don't know how great that would be for archival purposes. This one's a little tight and it's going to be a bit of a mess. Squishing out. Not all of them work, but it's fun. It's fun to try. All right. Interesting. You're getting more grays on this one, which is cool. See, the reds turned into gray. That's neat. So that's more of an eco-looking print right there. That's cool. So that was Weigela. It's a bush with flowers. If you southern girls have any azaleas, they might work. That's cool. So doesn't that look like a eco print? That's to me. I think it's cool. Okay. Now, the other thing I like to do is take my leaves. A lot of times your leaves won't print. Only certain types of leaves will print. But I love the line work that you get with leaves. So what I've experimented with is different paints and sprays, that type of thing. And I really like using ink pads. Kathy, what paper are you using? That was just cardstock. plain old cardstock from Michael's. Nothing special. Let me clean my machine here for a minute. Get all the juicy stuff off of it. It's fun playing with these though. You never know. Each one's different each time. You never know what you're going to get. All right, so I am going to use some inks. Just let me get them. Let's see. I like to use archivals. The most, I guess. I use a variation of different colors, so okay. So let's see. I've got many colors here. I'll let you know what I'm using. I like purples, bright colors. Greens. Plums. You get a better result if you use watercolor. Yeah, you do. I'll get some watercolor paper out too. Okay. Now, if I wanted to do more of an archival look, let's try, this one is called Eggplant. All right, I have some maple leaves here. Let's do the smaller ones. So well, we could do these here. And what I like to do is I'll just lay it down and I'll take my pad and just wipe it across the back sides of these plants. And then you can also, this is Monarch Orange. And just dab a little bit of that on. It doesn't have to be anything special. Each time you do this, it turns out different. It's really cool. So what I like to do is I'll put that down. Now you can either use water or you could use sprays too. So if you have any Lindy sprays, which I do, them out. And I think I will use, now these could be, I'll have to test them. I haven't had them out for a while, so they might be clogged. I like using the ones with a little bit of glimmer. So like this moon shadow mist. This one's called something turquoise. I can't read it. It's kind of dark. 20, I think it is. And you can just spray some of that on there, on the leaves. And then I like to take just ordinary water, spray the paper, both sides. And then place it down like so. And maybe just a few dabs, sprays on there. And close it up. And run it through your embossing machine. Now, depending on how much water you've put on, will give you a different effect too. I'll show you the two ways. If you want more of a eco boiled look, I might need to put a little bit more pressure on here. Let's see. There. This is a little less definite of defined, but you get that eco look to it. So sometimes just a little bit goes better than a lot of ink. Let's try another one. Well, we could try and see if that would go through again. Sometimes your leaves will, depending on how tight your thing is. Let's see. It's pretty flat. That probably won't work. Some, depending on your leaf, some leaves work better than others. Let's see. What else do we have here? This is a pretty color. This one is plum. So just put a few. Here, turn it over. Let's see, plum and maybe this pretty color dandelion on it also. Let's see what we get. And I'll show you what happens when we don't put any water. Lay that down. And this on. The nice thing about this too is you still get a little bit of the color, the green coming out from squishing the plant. so it mixes in with your color. Let's see. So there's what you get. More of a print of the veins. It's more defined. So it depends on the look you want. I think that looks cool. There. I think that's neat. So there's that without water, and that's with water. So it depends on the look. Oh, thanks, Christopher. That's sweet of you. You like the more defined one, Sandra? All right. And let's see. And it'll give you different looks depending on what you are using. This is a beech tree. And let's do some more. Let's do paper this time. This is just butcher paper. And okay, let's do the that. This is purple twilight with it. See what happens. And why not? Some aqua. Just here and there. See what happens. Okay, and I'm going to spray this one. I think I'm just going to put it with water. Plain water. So it all depends on the combination of colors that you use. This one's pretty. See? It's so cool. Each one is so different. Okay, this is yarrow. It's called. And let's put some of these flowers in with it. All right. So we'll do a nice green. Let's do this fern green on the yarrow. Maybe a little yellow with it here and there. Oh. And these flowers, like that. And let's see. I'm just going to take and snip these flowers. Maybe we'll put in these. See if we get anything off of these. Forget-me-nots. Never know. Okay, close it. I think we'll, no, I'm not going to spray it. Well, maybe I will. Let's spray it with some of these, a little bit. That and my extra sheet. There's never enough room in this table. You always box yourself in. Ooh, this one's going to be full. I could tell. Take off whatever I can. I might leave one and see if I can glue the stem once it's squished down. It's pretty right down into the page. So I might be able to glue that right onto the page after if it was dry. Might kind of look cool. I'll leave those flowers and see what happens. See? Those flowers are squished right into the paper. I need you to send me some of your flowers. I wish I could, Sandra. I don't think the Border Patrol would allow it. Let's see what else. I know a lot of eco prints are kind of grays and yellow, that type of thing. Here's a delphinium leaf. Some grasses, the seeds. I still have some of these flowers too. So let's make a little arrangement on my paper here. Put these up over here for now. This leaf, let's try this butterscotch. Move this over a bit so I can. This has a lot of nope, helps if you take the thing off. Kind of have to be a little careful on how you ink it, because these rip fairly easy because they're a little bit on the delicate side. Okay. I'm going to spray the leaf. See what happens. I'm going to take the stem off because it's very juicy. And we'll put this one down there like that. And then I'm going to take some of these. This is ground phlox. So let's put some of these on. See what comes of it. Might not be great, but might be. You never know. I haven't used these before, so could be kind of cool looking. Okay. And then I'm going to spray this side of the paper, just the one side. Let's see what happens. All right. Yeah, it would make a cool. Oh, seeping juices here. But that's fine too, because that gives it more of an eco look to it. It's just a little messier to clean up, that's all. All right, and this was butcher paper that I used, which would make it. Now, see this green, all this green stuff, that was the stem of the flower. So that's why there's so much green. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll take it off because I don't want to rip the paper. And we'll see if we can maybe leave some of the flowers on it. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see. It looks kind of messy, but once it's dry, all that stuff comes off. All right. I'll get a couple sheets of watercolor paper here. I have this really small stuff here. We'll get a few sheets, try it. All right, so, okay, we still have some more of these English daisies. So let's put some of those on. And I like to cut the stem off, some of them, and just lay them down face first. Some I'll leave as is. Let's see, where else did I have this? A few more in here. Let's put one here. Another one. That. That. And like one face down. Like that. And what else do I have here? A couple beech leaves. These are beech tree leaves. Let's see. I'm gonna ink those ones up, I think. We'll ink them green. Fern green, and let's see, maybe some aqua color with it. Aqua there. We'll see how that turns out. And I'm going to put a little bit of this gold on too. We'll see. You never know what you're going to get. And place them. like that. Just put the two on, I guess. And then the other piece of watercolor paper on top. That. See what we get. Don't need the paper because it's fairly thick. This is watercolor paper I'm using. Hey, Carol. I'm squishing plants. Okay. That's cool. So this was watercolor paper. So you do get more of a more defined, because the watercolor soaks up any of the juices, so it's not going to spread as much. There's one. I like those daisy flowers. They turn out really cool. And that's not ink. That's the actual color that came out of the flower. I didn't ink any of the flower. So the stem, the green and the yellow and that purple is the actual color pigment from the plant. And that's, of course, the ink that I put on the leaf. That's cool. Can you make a flower fairy and see if it prints? I mean, a fairy out of flowers? Like making a skirt and stuff like that? I think I used all my flowers. Did I? Yeah. You said that would be a skirt? And then we could draw a head on it, you mean? Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, we do have some flowers here. Give me some ideas. I'll try it. It's only paper. Hey, Barbara. Okay, so so what do you want her dress to be? What color? Do you want it green, or do you want me to put some colors on it? I also have some more Weigela here, so I could use some of these. What other colors? We have a couple. There's one. pick for those. Aqua. Okay. Aqua it is. Just aqua? Or they just okay, aqua and let's see. I have this here. I'll have to bigger paper. Aqua and green on the skirt or on the rest of her? On the skirt? Okay. So how about we tip the bottom in green? And so we can have her dress, her little skirt there. And just that, and then we'll draw the rest of her, or do you want her to have wings? And also this. I have Creeping Charlie as wings. Okay. And what do you want the color of the wings to be? Or we could make, oh no, I don't have them. They aren't out. I was thinking of a flower wing, but I don't have any. Actually, these are kind of cool. This Vincia might work. Pink. Like that. Pink. Okay. Let's see. Watermelon? Which do you want? This one or this one? The right or the left? A daisy for her face. don't know if that will be big enough. Let's see. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Might work. The left. Okay. So we'll see if we can. Okay. This is going to be cute. Stick it out a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to just spray a little. And do you want me to draw the face? Because I think that would be too small. I'll draw a face for you. We'll just make this part of her, but we'll put the rest of her body in by drawing something. Can I use it? Oh, no, there it is. All right, let's see how it turns out. It'll be cute. Cool. The green, some of the green from the leaf came out on it too. That's cool. Here. That's neat. Okay, so we'll let that dry and then we'll do something with it. It is a messy thing to do, but not quite as messy as eco boiling. Okay. Let's try. There's some poppy. That's might be kind of squishy, but let's try some. Anyways, just see what it does. You never know until you try. Might just take the hair. Let's do some watermelon with that. Just lightly. Just a swift. I'm not gonna put water on this one. I'll put it like that. Maybe we'll do two. Let's see what we get. This one. And some watermelon. Can overlap them like that. And I'm going to throw a couple of these buds of Weigela here. But taking the leaves off. And I'm going to put it right here. Guess we don't probably need that one. Like that. And maybe a big one in here. Like that. And I'm going to just see what color those come out on their own. So I didn't put any other spray on them. So we'll see what happens. Well, those turned out pretty cool. You can see the hairs. And those are kind of a brown gray color. It's kind of cool. Just never know what color they're going to be. It's interesting. And see how when you overlap things, you see it in the print. There. Little detailed. You can see the little hairs. So you get in the front and back side. So I think that's the front and that was the back. I know, Lisa or Linda. It is. It's like instant gratification. I don't have to wait 4 hours to boil stuff. I don't have to wait for it to dry. It's done. And then you can play more with those plants that you tried instead of trying to guess what it was because it's all mush now. I love doing these. And they don't fade. That's the other nice thing. I have ones that I've done 3 years ago, and they're still just as vibrant as they were when I made them. This actually looks really cool when it's done. And let's see. What else do we got here? Okay. this is just a weed that you find a lot of. At least I do. But it's cool because you can shape it to where you want it to go. And this one does leave some residue from the leaf. Actually, I like this one better. Let's do that. And I think these little fuzzy, or not fuzzy, but these little like tentacles or whatever they are. Those are probably what grabs and tries to climb on whatever. So let's just, I'm gonna spray it, this one. And maybe some yellow. Gray even. Let's see. Okay, let's see what happens when we don't even put ink on it. And if you wait longer to pick those, they do have a purple flower that will transfer onto your paper. So sometimes the weeds are great. You don't need a flower garden to pick from. So you just kind of have to experiment on water, paper, different papers, make different prints. Here. Just a pretty background. Now you could probably go over this with more leaves with a different color maybe. Let's try it. Well, here, I haven't done this one. This is a dogwood. Let's see. I think I want a long one. Longer. Okay, and let's put this one in. Let's do kind of faux eco print look. So a gray maybe. Let's try. Okay, this isn't archival, so let's try it. This is the Distress ink. I don't have any of the what's the other inks that he has out that changes colors with the amount of ink that you have on. Water changes it. I can't remember what the name is. Okay. Oxides, that's it. Yeah, I don't have any of those. Not sure how those would work. They might be really cool, actually. I'm going to spray this with some more of this Lindy's. This is Pineapple Paradise. It's got a nozzle that's not the greatest. Okay, so I'm going to put this one down here. And this one on here. Cut that. Okay, let's see what we get. You do have a mess afterwards, that's for sure. Yeah, pretty much this is what I use my ink pads for. Never got real, well, it did a little bit of scrapbooking, but never really got into it. And then they sit aside and you don't remember them. Cool. Look at that. Now, if I were to leave that, I wonder, because it's flat. It's absolutely flat. That's kind of cool. I'm thinking. I wonder if I left this, would it go down? Oh, well, I'll try it. I've got a few of them in here. Just lift this one up for now. Cool. Let's see. I wonder what would happen if I just put them on here and put it through again. Would it do anything? I don't know, but we can try. That's the fun of it. Seeing what happens with stuff. This is I'm just gonna wet the top with the paper here. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll just leave it and see if I can glue it down. Might be a way of doing dried flowers. A quick way instead of waiting weeks. All right. So this is scrapbook, watercolor. Yeah, you get a very faint, but it's pretty. But that's the actual green from the leaf itself. So if I could let this sit, would it lay flat enough for me? Since that already came up, maybe I'll take that one up. Let's see. I'll cut away the stuff that's loose. So Okay, I'm going to leave this as is. And I'm just going to put this back over top, and then I'm going to put it under a book. See if it'll flatten. Okay, so let's put this away for a minute. And let's get our jelly print out, or our jelly plate. Jelly print. And we'll see what we can do with that. Let me clean this up first. Some of these things. There. It's quite a mess. And we'll see if we can print some of these. You can get really carried away with this stuff. But you don't have to have special flowers. Just actually, to be very honest, the best that seems to work are wheats, because they seem to have a drier consistency. All right. Thanks, Barbara. Okay. Take it off like this. And put it on this for now. Now, you could do all kinds of stuff with this. Let's get out. Actually, I like doing 2 jelly plates at the same time in this way. So I have a bigger one here. And this one I can roll out on. So we'll use some acrylic paint. This is Prussian blue. Oh, I need a roller. Where did I put my rollers? Oh dear, where did I put them? Oh, there. All right. I like a thin coat, not too heavy when doing this. Oh dear, I didn't paper to roll off on. And I'm running out of space. Okay. Let's take this Creeping Charlie. And we'll just put it down. Maybe some of this wormwood, I think it's called. It's very soft. It's like putting your hand through baby powder. It's so soft. I just want to try something here. Okay. I wasn't prepared for this part. Move this stuff. Get my paper. All right. So you get your negative. And I like to put this back down. If I can, let's see. You have to be careful though with your plate. You don't want to have something very sharp because you'll put a hole in your plate. All right. Just push that down into the plate. And this one, let it dry. And you get little prints. You can usually reuse your leaves when you're doing this kind of printing. And you can take other things. We have some fern here. What else could we do here? Okay, where did I put my roller? There it is. Bigger stuff like this can be done. I'm just going to put this up for a minute. You could take paint. Let's see. Some yellow or... Well, let's do some... Let's see if this will transfer. What kind of a transfer you get on your plate. Again, this is all experimenting. This is how you find things out, by playing. So, and like I said, it's just paper. So let's put this down. Just take your roller. See if it comes up. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Let it dry a little bit. This one. Take a lighter color. Okay, I've got some zinc white here. It's light, see-through. I'm just going to take the back of this and put it on. Kathy, did you know that Amsterdam paint has a line called Expert that is supposed to be more pigmented? Oh, really? Is it in tubes or is it in a jar? I'll have to take a look at. I know our stores around here do have Amsterdam, so should be able to get it. Some titanium. Don't know if this ink will come up. I've never done this before, so we'll see. I don't like too much on here because it doesn't come up as nice. So, and it's transparent, so I'm just going to throw it on the back of this one. This was my... Okay, let's see. We'll see. Okay, so that one, we still had some blue left on it, but it's kind of cool. What other color? Let's try that blue again, but I don't like blobs. Okay. Let's use some of these. And I'll just put them down like that. And maybe a big one, big leaf. Oh, that's too big. This one. Just on the bottom here. And this is always the negative. So it helps smush in the leaves when you do this. That's what gives you that print. You want as much of the paint off where the leaves are, and stems. These are pretty to use too, though. You do put writing in where the white is. If you're adding that to a book, that would be pretty. Okay, then we lift these. I'm going to leave those to dry because I'm going to see if they will transfer the blue. So we let that dry. Let's lift this one. Okay, so there's it did come up, that color that we used in the ink, but it's very, very faint. But it's pretty. Oh, my dogs are up. I might have to go and let them out. So let's see. Oh, gold or green? No, we'll do gold. This is just craft paint. Add some blue on my roller. Wasn't cleaned off enough. Oh well. It is what it is. And then do some ferns. Actually, this one like that. And well, let's use this for more. Wait a minute. Let's try. Let's see what happens when we put this over top. Tubes. So okay. Trying to get as much of the paint in between the leaves off as possible. That'll give you a better print. There, it's kind of cool. So take those up, leave them over here, and let that dry. Okay, I'm going to let these dry, and I'm going to take the dogs out for a second. I'll be right back. No, this way. No. No. Sounds like a florist shop down here. Hey, Jane. We're playing with plants again. All right. So let's see, what else can we do with this? Let's take the fern that we just used and roll some green. Let's get a nice green. And I'm going to just use some green, and I'm going to roll the color onto the leaf. I haven't got enough room to show that. I'm running out of room here. I just put it on a piece of paper here. But all right, so I'm going to put that right in here. And right here. I'm going to use the back of this paper and just press it down. So I have a print from that, and I also have a print on that. Now I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to reuse these ones, and I think I'm going to put some either a darker green or an orange. Let's see what I got. I already have that green. Let's do a dark green, see what it does. So I'm going to do the same thing as what I did with the fern. So go like that. And then let's take this and we'll just pat that down. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a transfer, and we also transferred onto that. Maybe we'll put some more. Let's see what we get. If we'll get another transfer, I don't know. Let's see. Now we took off some, but let's see what happens. You could have waited if you wanted to. And what else? I guess we'll dry it. So I have a hair dryer here, and it's got a cool setting. All right, now we can lift it. Now you could use gel medium to lift it. So a liquid gel medium, I just put them in an old detergent bottle. Now I'm gonna make sure that my brayer is clean. Okay. Don't want too much. It's the same as paint. You don't want a lot on your plate because it won't pick up the paint. Because if you have too much of that last layer you put on, it'll just pick that layer up and not the paint below it. All right, and we got this here. We may as well use it. Both sides. Put her down. And this one I'll use. Take most of it, not all of it. There's the print. This one, not bad. There's still some left on it. There's that one. See? Still pretty. So the greens. Now I have a bit of green left on there. So let's see what else we can do here. So if we were to put, let's do some yellow on here. And I'm going to take this one that has already got paint on it. I think I'll take this one because it's dried paint. And I'm going to put that on there. And one of these and put that on. And then I'm going to take a clean one. This is just butcher paper, but it seems to really soak the paint up. I get really good releases with this. Hi, Angie. Okay. So I got whatever was behind the leaves that was still on the plate came up with the yellow. And then I have this left. Okay. So let's see what color. Blue maybe? Let's do a blue on this one. So this is just craft paint. And off. And what would we put down on this one here? Well, we may as well still use these. I want a lot of paint left over on these leaves. You get some really cool transfer from the leaf itself. When you keep painting with it, it looks really neat. Okay. So we'll just go over top of this one. Just try and get all those in between all those leaf sections so you get a nice print. As much as you can. There, see? So we got a little bit off of the plant itself. See how it starts to transfer whatever was left on the leaf? And it even goes into the paint. So let that dry. This one, what should we do? Yellow, mostly yellow and green in this, so white, or just looking to see what I got here. Let's try, I'm going to put some of this spray on the top. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. See what it does. Never know. I'm going to take this pink. It's highlight flesh pink. And we're going to dry this first, though. All right. Okay, and I'll try it on this. This is cardstock. Sometimes whatever you're using will give you a different result as far as the paper. Not bad. Very soft pink, but we probably could do it in a more brighter pink color. but we can still play and just keep building on these. So let's see. Let's do Lisa pink. So it's this pink. And I'm going to put it in the back of this one. Oh, well, first I got to take some of these. We'll do this fern again. It had the blue on it. This has got blue and yellow on this one. We'll just throw that on there. And we'll put this leaf on there. Okay, now we'll take the head. All right, I'm going to not sure what I should do with this. I think I'm going to try and take it up as is. It's still wet. Probably going to be not that great, but it will give me color. Okay, so kind of went. That's kind of cool though. So I'm going to let that dry. Let's see what we got here. Just trying to get as much of the paint off as possible. This cardstock wasn't a good idea. It's harder to get all the little crevices out. But, so you get a little bit of transfer. And then these are cool looking leaves. Let's put them on here and see what happens. See if they'll transfer onto this here. Maybe. And pat it down. That's pretty. Remove them. Yeah. Got some transfer from them. Slight, but a bit. All right, so we could just slide for a minute. Let's put some pink on these. I'm running out of space. Put it aside. Let that dry and try this. All right, what should we take it up with? Blue or white or cream? Should be a light color. Maybe white this time. Show my I'm gonna take the leftovers, put it on this one. All right, and all right, so we'll just finish this one up, and then we'll take a look at what we've done. Oh, that one turned out cool. Here's one for you, Sandra. Pink. There's a lighter colored one. That's pretty too. I like that one. That's pretty. Very pretty. All right. Let's put these aside. So I have these. So those are just the first one you do to get the prints off, but they're still nice to use. And that's the other side. I always like using both sides. There's another one. More greens and blues. Nothing on that one, on that side. Green one. Pretty yellow in it. That one's pretty. Blue. Yellow. And we can play with these and use your Poscas to draw on them, or just emphasize areas if you want, or actually put more of this type of layering on. You don't have to stop with just this. You could do more. So those are the gel prints. Then we have these prints. So these are squished through the embossing machine. So I even like the opposite sides. I think that's really cool. That one. These are inks and sprays or water. There's let's see what time it is. Oh, I could probably draw something up there. That was actual prints from the flower. There's no ink or nothing on this. This is just the juices and the color you get from squishing them. And now that one's still wet. This is on butcher paper. But yeah, you can, once they're dry, you can take all this stuff off. It's still a bit wet. I'll put that over there. Here's another one. More inks, sprays. Without sprays, just the ink. Get more of a defined look. That was just Regalia, I think. What you get. Another one that was just the plant itself. Inks and spray. This, that was just some ink and spray. And another one, and that has to be removed. But once the leaves dry up, you can pretty well get rid of all that. All right, so let's play with this. So you can put a little, now you can cut something out for a face if you don't want to draw. That's easy enough to do. Let's see, pencil. I put those. Eraser. Pencil somewhere in there. Oh, there it is. Can. Yeah. All right. So that's her wings. So she can have her shoulders would be in here. So right in here. So I'll give her a nice little neck. And let's see. Her arms would come down like that. Maybe she's holding her skirt up. Let's see. And give her a little bit of a shape to her. My son must be home. Let's see. I'm going to give her a longer shape here. Like that. There. And then you can color this in. So her face would be round. So half, let's see, she's kind of looking down, I think. So that'd be her face here. Chin's there. So her eyes would be in here. I need my eraser. Like so. Maybe she'll, there. We'll just give her your nose is here. And then our little mouth is right there. So she's looking, kind of looking down. Eye looks funny. There. And too high. Her ear would be down here. That. And could have used the flowers for her bra. Like that. What kind of hair? Long hair? Okay. Okay, she has her hair. Like that. I guess that would be more along her face. Let's see. Oop. Like that, I think. There. That eye looks funny. It's not quite on the right angle. There. Give her a little bit more of a cheek. That. And what should we do it with her bodice? Her legs would come out. Let's see, we'll just give her. Oh. Her feet. There. Little toes. Zoom out a bit. Still want me to zoom out or zoom in? She is elegant. So what should we do with the top? What do you think? Just something very loose. Rose petals is nice. Let's see. Okay, let's do let's see. A rose petal. Like that. Is that what you meant? And then let's see. He will be. Her thumb would be showing here. So let's see. She's grabbing that. Think about how her thumb should be going. Maybe up here. So you wouldn't really see the other part of her hand necessarily, because you're holding like this. So her fingers would be on there. And then her thumb is up top. Like that. So that's kind of big. It's like this. So you're seeing the top of the hand. So going. I have to figure out that hand position. It's not quite right. I'd have to Google it. See what I'm doing wrong. The thumb's wrong. I don't know. All right. There she is. Okay, let's put little antennas on her too. Why not? Like that. Here. Little ear. I think she's cute. Her wings are great. Yeah, they turned out really cool. You can see all the little twirly doos. All right, I think that's it. So Xander, I'll send this to you and you can play with it. See what you can draw. I think I still have your address, so I will send you this and you can play with it. All right, we'll let you guys go. I hope you give this a try. You don't need to have garden flowers. Just go and get some weeds. They work just as good. And they're fun to do. So give it a try. Have fun with it. Yep. Yeah, I'll send it to you. All right, we'll see you guys later and have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.